Bayer Corporation first established a foothold in our region more than 50 years ago, first in a joint venture with Monsanto, later as Bayer Materials Science. Today it's one of the largest chemical companies based in our region, which is also home to the Bayer Foundation, which oversees corporate philanthropy throughout North America. Sarah Toulouse is Bayer U.S. Donations Officer and Executive Director of the Bayer U.S.A. Foundation. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I think we got the idea of doing this because of the news about some of the Hurricane Sandy relief that Bayer had gotten involved in. And you've actually done two waves, essentially, since the events of last fall, right?
We have. Well, I mean, as we all know, Hurricane Sandy just brought devastation to the northeastern coast, and our Bayer healthcare operations are located in that region. So we had a number of employees that were impacted, a number of our communities that were impacted. And so through the Bayer U.S.A. Foundation, we were able to react very quickly and partner with the American Red Cross, as well as an organization called Save the Children, and donate $150,000 in funds that we're able to get on the ground very quickly to help those victims in need. And then a second wave, we initiated an employee matching program. So we asked employees to give, and we would match dollar for dollar their contributions.
Yeah, and I know from having had the American Red Cross and others on this program in years past, they always say, man, the cash is so important. People often want to send stuff, but at the end of the day, the most efficient way to do it is to help with cash.
And we were very pleased with the response of both organizations. Our company also, as soon as it was able to, opened its doors. It allowed employees to come in if they didn't have power or water, provide them with access to a shower, some hot food, at least get some internet access. And so the response was pretty amazing.
How close were your operations to the coast out there where it was really hard hit? Is Bayer's center of gravity that close to the coast?
We do have some locations, so we're probably about 45 minutes outside of New York City. And so while the site locations weren't necessarily hit as hard as the eastern coast towns were, we have a lot of employees that live in those areas.
Sure, so they're commuting in and out of those areas, so they get hammered directly. So I assume you've done this kind of thing before in other natural disasters.
We have. I think a great example of that is with Hurricane Katrina. The company also stepped up in a really big way. We have Bayer Materials Science operations in Baytown, Texas, which is in the Houston area. And so very similarly stepped in with monetary contributions, and then also employee matching programs.
So, and how does that work? I mean, so your employees in New Jersey are getting hit, or they're down in Texas and in Louisiana they're getting hit. Do you find Bayer employees from across the country typically then step up and want to help and actually write a check?
Absolutely. You know, Bayer is a very tight-knit community of employees, and it's amazing to see the way employees will band together to support one another. And so we were very impressed with the outreach and support that we got in Hurricane Katrina. We were also very supportive, or very happy to see the support for Hurricane Sandy. The Bayer U.S.A. Foundation did step up in a pretty big way on the front end, and so the employee contributions were an added bonus.
Oh, that's right. Lead by example. That's the deal. So that's the disasters. Hopefully you don't have to do that all the time. Those are the extreme events in the nation. What sort of governs the Bayer corporate giving philosophy the rest of the time?
Right. So we have a couple of key areas that we like to focus in on, and probably our the strongest focus area is within the area of education and workforce development. And within that, we really look at STEM education. So the areas of science, technology, engineering, and math, and particularly those education initiatives that are helping to develop the next generation of workers in those fields. We also look at initiatives in environment sustainability as well as human services.
And talk about STEM, though, and the kind of science-based work that you do. It's got to be critically important to the long-term future of the corporation.
It is, and it's something we've been dedicated to for more than 15 years. There are a number of initiatives within the company outside of the work we do through our corporate giving and our foundation work. We have corporate social responsibility programs like Making Science Make Sense, which has been active in our site communities across the country for nearly 20 years. We have employee volunteers that are going into classrooms. They're doing hands-on experiments with kids and providing just a glimpse of what a career in science could look like.
I wondered about that. So it is more than writing a check. You're really looking for ways to engage your employees?
It is. And beyond the direct classroom connection, we also encourage our employees to serve on nonprofit boards. And we will provide training to employees so that they feel comfortable in providing their expertise to those nonprofits. It's just another way that we can give back to our nonprofit community.
Do you find people want to step up and get involved if you can find a way to give your employees opportunities to do it?
They do. In fact, we're working with the Bayer Center at Robert Morris on a program called Boards Work. And what we do is we hold seminars for our employees here in Pittsburgh that are interested in or are new to service on nonprofit boards. And it's a half-day, very engaging seminar where they're able to learn what skill sets they need to take to a nonprofit and how they can integrate that with the skill set that they have in their current job.
Oh, very cool. It's such a wonderful tradition here in our region, a corporate philanthropy that goes back 100 years, and it's great to see the Bayer's still at it. Sarah Toulouse, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a minute with little dollars and cents. Stay with us.